yeah, we're gonna try and get the Adventures of the Great Departure finished off today. I think we've only got one more part left. I just saw something like black and like behind my old chair there, and behind my old chair like there, and I didn't know it was. It's just my old. It's my old college bag from like second year. So yeah, but first, we have two things to react to that I didn't react to on Friday because I knew that Friday was going to be a long stream already, which means I need to pause this playlist, change my screen share to YouTube, and yes, yeah, so we have two things to react to. We have a season 2. Let me switch. I need to switch this soon. We have a season 2 teaser, which is like 25 seconds long, and then we have a 1 minute like scene from Dragons Rising season 2. Let's start off with the season 2 teaser, because this is the most like interesting thing. This looks so like goofy, like out of context. I have a feeling that this is just like a nightmare sequence, maybe. Hopefully, because it just looks kind of goofy, not gonna lie. The Red Moon is interesting though. The Red Moon is interesting though. No idea what that's about. But we'll see soon enough. We have Raz here, and then there's Jordana there, and then there's our new villain, one of our new villains, who is called Cinder, I believe. A lot of people have been comparing him to Ash, who hasn't been seen since season 4, I believe. Who hasn't been seen since season 4, which is interesting. Imagine if like Cinder was actually Ash. That would be so like cool if it actually was Ash. I don't know if they'll bring a lot of the past elemental masters back from season 4, from the original Masters of Spinjitzu era of Ninjago. I hope so, because they have brought back other characters into, like, they brought characters that were originally introduced in Masters of Spinjitzu into the just Ninjago era. For example, Gale Gossip was around, Vinny was around, and of course we have our main characters, like we have our like kind of main characters and main villains such as Garmadon that came back, for example. And then this kind of temple here. I'm guessing that's the like the villain's base there. And then we have so this here. So you see, so we have Lloyd here, we have Wildfire, and that's Kai. And then we have Ryu in the background who has like aged up. And then here, so here you can see the back of a blue mask. Some people I've seen have been dismissing whoever this is as Nia. But Nia, that isn't Nia, that's Jay. Cause Nia's like, I don't think Nia has ever had that shade of blue. Like, there's always been a distinction between Nia and Jay in terms of their suit colors. Like, Nia has always had at least two colors on her like gis. It was red and blue in from season 5 to season 7, and then from season 8 onwards it's always been blue and grey, and in some of the suits it's been gold or yellow has been included as well. But that's like a darker blue, and it's like just blue. Obviously it might probably include yellow as well, as seen with, because I'm assuming that Jay has the same suit, because it looks like to be the same like mask. just comparing like the back of Lloyd's mask to the back of Jay's mask. So I'm assuming that she's just gonna be yellow and gold in that. But yeah. But also, Wildfire's still in her season 1 outfit. And I thought she would change because there was a set leaked like a little while ago. Where Wildfire had a totally updated design. So maybe this is just mid-season and her design gets changed like later on in the season. And yeah. Not gonna lie, he has the same hairpiece as like one of the characters from Dreams. And whenever I look at Cinder, I'm just like, that looks like a guy from Lego Dreams. And yeah. I think he kinda looks cool. I don't know how to feel about his design. He kinda looks cool, but I think I'll warm up to his design. I think I'll warm up to his design when we actually get the season released, which apparently is in April, so it's only like 2 months away, which is great because I love Ninjago if you couldn't tell. And then we've got this clip here, which I think I watched this like yesterday or Friday. I think I can't remember. That's Raz, and then that's Jordana.
I can't believe all this is here. In Imperium, we were always taught the wildness was nothing but lava pools. And gross melons.
But then again, that does feel like an Imperium thing to do just to... But yeah, Jordana, I feel like that's a very Imperium thing to do, just to be like, oh, the wilderness. You shouldn't go to the wilderness. It's just a barren lava wasteland, you know. You know.
The lava wastes are but one region of my land.
Yeah, they're just like, I mean, the lava area, the lava like wastes certainly probably do exist, just as Raz said. Because we had the, what I call it, I cannot remember, from Dragon's Rising season 1, from last year's season. It was, I have to look it up. I have to look it up on my phone to see who is it? Ninjago Dragon's Rising characters. Let me see. I think they are called the lava tides. Or something along those lines. Let me see. Well, I can just probably go and... They are called the lava tides. Okay. Because we know that the lava tides live in like a deserty area, and I assume they come from like near a like lava area. Because they are like lava, like rock things. So yeah.
There are many others.
I also don't know how to feel about Raz's armor. Like, Jordana's looks cool, but Raz's, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it.
Diamond glaciers, the forever rock, boiling...
Also, I think the forever rock was, in Chima, which, like, people have been saying that it, like, canonizes the existence of Chima or something along those lines. Chima has been canon in, like, the Ninjago universe since season 5. But yeah, so I think Chima is going to be Chima is probably going to be playing a much larger role this year season, finally, after years of just nothing, because it did appear in season 5 when, in Possession, when Lloyd and Morrow were fighting over the realm crystal, and they like disappeared. They were like fighting over it, got teleported into multiple different dimensions, different like realms, different realms. They're called realms in Ninjago, and what was I gonna say? And what was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was going to say. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I think who said it on Twitter? One of the writers said it on Twitter about the wilderness. Not the wilderness, the wildness. What's this? Let me see. Oh, it's Doc White. It was Doc White who said it. Let me see. Okay, so apparently this is what Doc said in his tweet. So this is all surrounding the like Imperium and the Wilderness, because they exist in the same realm, I think. The city called Imperium is located in the realm of Imperium, now called the Land of Imperium. The Land of Lost Things is a smaller land-slash region inside the Land of Imperium. The Wilderness is the name of that land/realm these days. So what I'm getting at is that the realm of Imperium was, its name got changed to the Wilderness. And I think Chima is a part of the Wilderness now. I don't know whether it's always been a part of the Wilderness. Not Wilderness. Wildness. I keep forgetting to say Wildness. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? I think Chima might be a part of the Wildness. We'll have to, I'm gonna wait until season 2 comes out before I start actually rambling about Imperium, the Wildness, and Chima. But I think this actually confirms that Raz is
here,
from
the farthest.
Sword down. That made absolutely no sense. But yeah, I am super excited for this year's season. And, you know what, I'm gonna... Wait a minute. You know what I keep forgetting to do? Oh, yeah, I did it. But, like, you know what I keep forgetting to do? And I only just realised when I'm streaming? Is to delete my old, like, VODs and my old, like, thumbnails and stuff, because I don't need them anymore. Okay, let's switch back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are finishing, I think we're going to be finishing anyways. The Adventures of the Great Departure, Trial Part 3. I think there's only 3 parts to this trial, so hopefully we get it done today. 22nd of November, 1:13 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. I'm just gonna call it Judicature. Okay, I cannot remember what she said. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why a sudden ingress in my courtroom? Let me check the court record to see what we have. So we have our collar pin, we have the post-mortem report of... It was Dr. Wilson. It was Dr. Wilson, wasn't it? It was John Wilson, wasn't it? The photographic print of Dr. Wilson. We have the witness business card with the crime scene photo. We have the medical report card, the photo of the handbag, taken by Hosonaga, and then the carbonated water, which we can examine, which is like half full. I love the 3D examination bit. Ha! A judicial assistant and a woman no less. Shut up, Ouchie! Shut up, Ouchie. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence I must hand over to the defense. Ha, you're too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency, I am the most grateful. So there's 3 of us on the bench now. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something? Written in English. It's Giselle Brett's research. The English woman's? After oh shit, wait. Wait, let me unmute. Where is it? Fuck, it's alright, I'm studying. Not call record, history, let me go back. Where the fuck is, there is the Greatest History Chronicles. After trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, oh shit, I need to turn my music on. So does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of cure and its effects on human subjects. Interesting. Cure? What's that? I've never heard that word before. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the court. Should have outed. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I was surprised what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over to it. This is wonderful, thank you. A report detailed an unknown poison that Miss Brett has been researching during her time at the university. Goodbye then, and good luck. She just disappears into nothingness. You have had long enough, counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. I asked the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? I presume not, but you have her research. The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett? Yes, Your Excellency? If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer? It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realized it was phrased as a question. However, what did she say? I'm afraid it's not. I have to play. Okay. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. And you didn't make no sense. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? That being her...
Yes!
Oh, I forgot everything from Friday. Miss Giselle Brett, we understand that you are studying under Dr. Wilson at University doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? body leads to death. What complete and utter nonsense? Q rare, you say? I've never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Q rare before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. Ah, it doesn't exist? Correct. Which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they'd never identify Q rare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. So it came over from England. What? Yeah, it came over from England. Order. Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, Q-rare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. Ah. It seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report states that it is produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. It claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Q-rare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Shut up, Archie. Trumpery. These aspersions are utterly trumpery. To start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, it would have been squirming in pain, and the other diners would have surely noticed. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, is the other way around. What do you mean the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that Q-rare was used. Explain yourself, counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. With a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Oh, respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. Now the while the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's horrible! Oh my god! Holy shit! That's hideous! Yeah! For once I agree with Ouchie. That's horrible, jeez. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. Yeah! That sounds horrific, jeez. That is the true nature of this deadly Q-rare poison. One of the stands on my keyboard just and you're suggesting that this bottle council actually contains this terrifying poison. This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. If I may, these facts, you think he's so clever, but he taught some about it. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Pratt, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime? That really is a loathsome act, wouldn't you?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the Empire of Japan is breaking the rules. Ha ha ha. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, guess I don't see, why not? God, the animations in this game are so cool. Look at you, big three boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry? To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a partial commentary. Comedy? Was it comedy or commentary? Comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics. It's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Is she going? Cheers. Is she going to? Wait. What are you doing? No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no cure. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying? Ha ha ha. You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, Elodie. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. And I'm so sure it's Brett. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle, so how did she swallow the whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Unless Wilson stepped out for a moment and she only put poison in his glass. Well, I suppose there's nothing else. This far little Eastern charade make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to have been poison in that bottle, isn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have killed over dead. Come on, my own escape. We're rather pleased that that bottle of water poison or contains no poison. Does it contain poison? I'm gonna look over the court records, guys. Except the bottle. Can't find anything out of place. The label is written in a foreign language that I don't recognize. Do you know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. It must have been a very expensive water. Yes, but what does it say? That's why I was asking. Go to France and ask. You could just say that you don't know. This carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had. It looks like there's a little by you this game. You can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. You don't know what might be inside, do you? You never cease to amaze me by you this game. More ways than one. I wonder, could there be anything in this water? What's the matter? You've gone quiet all of a sudden. I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility. This is why you go over evidence in this game. Contains poison. The culprit did procure poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. You're serious?
Objection!
Fool, are you mad? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, you just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it? That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? Yes, how about you, Nosuke? I need to think through other things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court records, but it has to be. Very well. If the defense truly intends to assert this claim, I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. I'll explain how the witness is able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed. What's it from this? The above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound such as that inflicted by... Let's propose her research?
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research.
Objection!
That's not a valid explanation, no. After all, I don't speak English, that would be gibberish. This impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm trying to ridicule anyone honest. I'm just reading to Sato-san's nose. I concur this report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. It adds to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer? I'm gonna look over it first. Let me see which is the part. Special characteristics. Special characteristics. We've been hearing a lot about this cure poison, and it's left me curious about something. Oh, counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, does that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, counsel, no, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When Cure enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research. You knew Cure's special characteristics. You knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Is that an actual swan? I'm sorry, is that an actual Hydra swan? turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer?
Objection!
All this poison talk is fascinating. Sure.
Shut up!
Yeah, possibly. So, the ill-bred little puppy is a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. I'm afraid knowledge doesn't see you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? The schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? Oh wait, what wound they would enter in? Because the only thing your brain has managed to deduce Curare is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric sucus. Oh yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So if this lethal poison is completely harmless when they drink, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? Come record. No, he would! He went to the dentist, didn't he? He had literally just been to the dentist, so yes, he would! No, yes! Did you all forget that he went to the dentist right before meeting Brett? That's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand now. Mom, what are you doing? What are you up to? What are you up to, eh, Mom? Talking to the cat. What are you up to, eh? Just gone out of my room and I just heard it. Basically, whenever she jumps off my bed, instead of just jumping directly off my bed, because it's like, and my bed is like not tall enough, it's like low enough for her to jump off. Now what she does is stretches onto my boxes, and I don't know what material exactly what my boxes are made out of. I like my storage boxes, but whenever she stretches and like pats her paws, like her claws attached to the whatever fabric the storage boxes are made of, so I can just hear her whenever she's stretching. Like, so yeah. Order in the court, order. The logic proves if the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this cure poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. No, it is not. That's right. Nah. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Or you need to remember something as simple as him going to the dentist. What is this welling up inside me? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies is so intense, almost rage-like. And more than anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
Objection! I don't think so, Miss Jezeel Brett. How dare you use that tone on me? You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison, you are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. As we know that this poison is completely harmless when ingested, while Dr. Wilson alone have been killed why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Curare?
Take that!
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference? The toxic effects of Curare are only felt when the poison enters the body from an open wound. So if a health professor with no injuries drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poison water inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist. orchestrate this. She is living La Vida Loca. I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna stay anyways. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish cotton games and your half-baked arguments are so puerile. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. We'll find out soon enough. You see, you leave vital evidence lying around. You never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. You swat. You absolute dick. You absolute prick. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No! What is this? What just happened? This woman, she just smashed that bottle in the Supreme Court. What a terrible blunder. Officer, why are you waiting for? Collect as much as possible of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you it will soak up beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of the mind to recover it. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can sit on the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not. And let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course. You're referring to this photographic typing, dear lady. That's right. And really, looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
But wait, didn't they say that in Japan, in this game in Japan, there's like very rarely like actual proper autopsies done, and that the cause of death is just assumed from looking at the victim. So theoretically, the death could have been poison, but when everyone was freaking out and whatever, someone could have shot him when everyone was freaking out. No, you killed the victim that day using Curare, and then you let a friend Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor. Before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your automatic gun. Oh yeah, because at that time, there was only... Oh wait, there was 2 other witnesses as well, but I don't know if they left at that point. And in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor on his chair around. You had every opportunity to commit the crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. I had a gun, you said? I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is unbelievable. How could this be happening? We had her, but now... Is she really going to get away with it? Will she destroy the evidence we've seen? Ryunosuke? Yes? You've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What? What do you mean? You've lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So, if there are any clues left for us to use now, it's me in your head. In my head? You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend upon. Well, yes, that's true, but you managed to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a scar on her head. So think back now, try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you Plot twist. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of the same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? Actually, Kazuma might have something. Let's look in the card and examine this. What does it say? Oh wait, it's through a wound. Could it have affected his dental treatment? His dental wound? Might have something. Taking back everything I saw, I think I might have another clue. Oh wait, no, it would have been from the gunshot, wouldn't it? You always have something up your sleeve, don't you, Ryunosuke? Come on then, let's wipe that smug smile off that English woman's face with some evidence. Alright, I can't wait. It's been likely me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. Say someone, the clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's killer must have been. Blood.
Take that!
Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yes, what is it? He's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if you perhaps took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of the steak that you took to the victim's...
Objection!
Wait a minute, where are you
Shut
going?
up!
Yeah, shut up! Where are you going with this, little boy? Yes, continue talking about your yesterday. It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a splattering of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter, which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor as you were. Giselle Brett, I beg your pardon.
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is this court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered?
Hold it!
This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean? Yes. I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. No, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because you did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. In the name of justice. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plates on the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. Sorry for the delay. Here is what you ordered. The steak. Well, what about the blood? Is there any blood No, no blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible. I know I saw it, I'm sure of it. It was right on the table, but Professor, there was blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese do. Okay, okay. Really? I couldn't be agree more. In the case of this disgrace, the Empire. Shut up out here! Shut up, Brett. I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial. Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at the courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. I keep the promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. This sorry-looking stick reveals the facts all too clearly. If the king accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Was the plate I thought I saw just a figment of my imagination? This isn't it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward no matter what. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way. I presume any further examination of the evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate stake reveal any of the clues at all? Not history or record. Let's examine. Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoei era. No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? Wait, did you just say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoei Koban. I've heard of pearls before, swine, but I've never heard of bullion in bullion. And I don't think you'll ever will again. This is extraordinary though. This means something that I don't know. I said something like expected to find the precious coin underneath this thick meat. It's from the Hawaii era too. That would make it really quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juice as well. Look. What, are you thinking of eating it? No. The next time I have a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing is for sure. My heart's going to be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath my prize. Something might be wrong and I'm stick about this Ryunosuke. A Koban coin underneath this steak. There's only one logical explanation. I've completely forgotten about this. Is another clue. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking.
Attention!
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beef steak. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. This isn't procrastination though. I'm sorry, Miss Brett. We must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. This judge gets it. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, isn't it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense. You will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is this new clue to be found? Here. Unnamed. Huh? Wonder what is this? I think it's a Koban coin. The hallmark is from the Hawaii era, I believe. I don't know what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? We've already got through this. Wait, did you say it was a Hawaii Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. And this isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hawaii Koban. I've heard of pearls before slime, but I've never heard of bullion before bullion. I don't think you'll ever will again. This is extraordinary though this means. Yes, let me...
Got it!
That sounded dead British there. Good gracious, that's... a Koban? What on earth? A Hawaii era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on day in question, is it? Tell me, why is that old coin seemingly hidden underneath the...
Shut up!
Ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know why it is, why I want to...
Objection!
I start to see how this is relevant according to the meat. That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef.
Objection!
Distraction. What chef had enough money though? Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen. The rare Hawaii Koban just happens to be underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant in this case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? The rare Hawaii Koban just happens to be underneath that piece of steak. And if this turns out to be irrelevant, I'll give up my life right now. I'll stop you. No,
Shut up!
Shut up! Yes, shut up! Perhaps the boy doesn't realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Shut up! Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what's hidden under that steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The only Koban that was found in the steak is... Who could it? I don't remember. Oh! It's
Take that!
It can only be an antique dealer and owner of Rasutai Curio Kurasikuta. Curie? As in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Shut up! Yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeants, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. Gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for the treasure. Indeed. Hawaii era Koban, my prize coin. And this Hawaii era Koban, do you mean to say...
Objection!
No, please. Wild Karakuta's son's Koban is sandwiched between the victim's steak and its plate. It makes no sense.
Yes!
Which is why I'm asking to bring Karakuta back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here without a moment's delay. That pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that is a key element in this case. we have 4 witnesses. Technically 5 because we have little baby here. What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Look at him. Look how silly he is. Look how silly he is. He looks so cute. He looks so happy just to be there with his dad. Oh my god. Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ido? Belly is empty. He's thirsty than a pack of wolves. Spicy footed police viewer, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this story, myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, worthless, withered, antique. See what I have to say. Someone set on this Razutai shop owner's existence. Be that as it may, Karakuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Razutai memory serves, what did you say about yes, that is it. The very exact one it is. What is it? What did the judge say? Have you ever seen this Koban be? Splendiferous Hawaii treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be. Not. Young man. Enlightened, this decrepit old fool put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking it in the seasoned meat juices. Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously? Clearly it couldn't have fallen in there by accident. Which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my Hawaii treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscious thing. Unconscious. Whatever it said. Excuse me, could I say something? Yes, of course. So we've gone from the poison to a coin. This is the bullshit we have to deal with. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. Yes, that's right, the secret undercover operation. La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being detected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes. I took on the job as a waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Koretakuta-san's Koban is all too clear. What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view. NANI?! He was a despicable scoundrel that stole Koretakuta-san's Koban and hid it under the steak. Okay, so there's two people I'm thinking. Either Jose O'Brien or John Wilson. I'm going to save here. It could have been Hosonaga as well. I'm going to present Brett.
Take that!
First. Yes, seems like a likely candidate for a combined. No, come on, okay. What? You shot me. Those Was Wilson a regular there?
Take that!
Ah. Okay. Let me see. So it's not Wilson. It's not John Wilson. It's not Giselle Brett. Okay. Mika Toba wasn't there, so we can rule him out. Ouchie wasn't there, so we can rule him out. The Persecutor obviously couldn't have done it. Was it Hosonaga?
Take that!
Who's a thief? Okay. No Wilson, not Hosonaga. Was it Nosa? Nosa was the last person out there.
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be you. Sergeant Aisa Nosa. What? How? Explain to me the logic, please. How dare you? You monster. Monster? I mean, to be fair, he's the only one that would have known about the crime. I stole that cobalt. I'll probably have the chance to steal the contract since they'll same at the table, I think. I stole that cobalt, did I? I'm a master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me, it was Ido. Ido is the mastermind behind all of this. You're accusing your own child of stealing. That is a new fucking low. Jeez. Like, come on, it's a baby. How could a baby steal a Koban and then put it under a stake? You'd push the blame for your crimes onto your own son and an innocent little baby. You who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. But how did he get under the stake, though? Huh? This is a classic Ace Attorney meltdown, but... Oh, he's so cute. Mid-Palm Imperial Army, Sergeant Ayisa knows to prepare to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Oh god, no, it's a breakdown. Oh god. God, breakdown. Extraordinarily low wages of the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe. I understand that there's a temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ending conflict remains in place. I have heard it's hard for lower ranking officers to make a living, yes. I want to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And enjoy chopping my way through a good steak at the same time. It sounds like you just bother with my method. Fuck, even, which is worryingly believable. The target that day was the old man and his Koban. Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A very small phantom thief you are. I was set to leave the steakhouse halfway through devouring when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I know too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could on the double. I slipped it under the stake, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. This is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd wrestling in your own time? Well, Miss Brett. Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. Shut up, Algie. Shut up, Algie. May esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency. Indeed. The theft of the cabane was clearly perpetrated by this baby saddled sergeant. It certainly appeared to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. I didn't kind under a lump of meat. Sheer nonsense if such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well. As for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's pure nonsense. It's pure madness. Yeah, who does that? Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. And good day. Will you just stay? What's the matter? This is no time for daydreaming. Oh no, it's just something about Miss Brett's parting words that got me thinking. Can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred me. There was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. Let me look at what she said. Okay, let's see. Time. I didn't kind of know meet the sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork is pure nonsense, it's pure madness. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone, and good day. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking, make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. Why are you talking about what contradiction?
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about when you know something? Me. The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. I said I could make a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. It's beyond nonsense, it's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. I'm going to need to see evidence, counsel. Miss Brett's words are truly are contradictory. Where is the evidence to prove it? What? Was it that I was removed after the incident? So, but didn't what's his face admit it? Let me see. Didn't Nosa admit it? Let me look through the history. What did he say? I can't see where he said it. I'm going to propose the
Take that!
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Now you're just splitting hairs. Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape eaten. You've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Noticed what exactly, Miss Council? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could ever contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife or fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. And take a good look at this steak, in particular the edge where it's been eaten. Oh, those look like bite marks. Those are bite marks. As you can see, they are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there. It looks like Miss Brett has realised something. So, if the witness as she claims wouldn't contemplate eating... Wait a minute, I'll be... I shall be a minute. Chat. I have returned with cake, which I shall be using while I upload the VOD of this later to YouTube, and I think I'm gonna upload it to Spotify as well. Did I upload the other episode to Spotify? I cannot remember if I did or not. Let me see. Did I upload the other episode to Spotify? Yes, I did. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. There's a file error. Okay, I found my VOD. Uploading them to Spotify now. Which means I have to edit some of my thingies. Edit some of my drafts so that they have the correct episode number. I don't have to edit two of them, to be fair. So, yeah, I mean, I could download my VOD from YouTube, but can I be bothered? No. So if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife or fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
Objection!
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was
Shut up!
hungry. Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Of course. This will all be over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place.
Shut up!
No. Enough. You irritating, no spectacled samurai relic. Of course, dear lady. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Well, Yunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with I know I saw seems to have disappeared. Because I swapped the stakes. Most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. I accept that these teeth marks in this day are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything. Everything? Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the state here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove
Shut up!
Nuh-uh. Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Typical Japanese empty threats. Shut up. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet. Hasn't it? What? But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
Objection!
What are you getting at, my name? This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? I don't believe
Objection!
I don't, but there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. If that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, he'll solve every remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. He possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair. I believe. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe that it is Brett. It is just
Take that!
Counsel. I'm disappointed that this is any last chance. I expect you taking it more seriously. I just need to wake it up. To help focus your mind. Now we've come to this far, there's nothing more to say. There's one person in particular who's provided us with various pieces of evidence already. You have plenty of clues that get to the right answer. I'm gonna look it up. This is the last act in this trial. And we have something to say during this game. I'm gonna look it up because it's either Hosanoga or it's either Hosanaga or Nosa. So I'm gonna look it up who it was. Okay, it was Hosanaga. It was.
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosanaga. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on the stake with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nelson told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak, as well as made the steel carved into his sands. Fine, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. Watch you, cadet. I'm a superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? What's the stake that you put the coin under? In fact, your own stake? Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. In other words, the stake that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's.
Objection!
But that makes no sense. That plate was taken
Objection!
off the table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course, I didn't steal it. To even suggest that it would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly, sure you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched 2 stakes over? You did switch the plates! Well, after it happened, when I saw a civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was a policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my story, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision and timing, I switched my stake with the one on the front of the table. What? You can't have it! I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There's no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable! However, fear not, prosecutor said. What now? I swung the brass buttons of my uniform. That is all I did. All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
So, Sergeant Nelson switched the plates over. It means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate he was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve evidence you had taken both. Ah. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment. Shut up! What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold stop to me, it can't have the slightest bearing.
Objection!
No, you're not wriggling your way out of this one. This time, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why a stake plan contrives to prove such a problem for you, no? You're the only ones who decided there was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see the plate was to confirm that the defender remembered the scene. I think he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Miss Dr. Wilson, there's a clear splattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Sorry for keeping you. Here is the other steak in its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. Blood stain. It's clearly visible.
Yes!
And this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhado-san to have shot the victim. It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. Giselle Brett. Come on. That's right, Miss Giselle Brett. It's you. Japanese? Me? By Japanese schoolboy? No. 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 Yeah. That was bullshit. There's a chick there as well. There's fucking gosling. There's gosling. There's multiple goslings there. You good? Oh, they're so cute. Look at them. Look at them. They're so cute. Oh my god. They're so cute. They're just chilling, having a good time. Oh my god. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you took the call what actually happened that day. The truth this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. It was I who took the professor's life using pure air. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water? Because pure air is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I placed the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone. Leave immediately, however. Before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I supposed. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter. The fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. I planned to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun, and decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of Curare in my handbag, and my old pistol concealed under my skirt. Under your skirt? So I was right, there were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor, placed where you were sure that I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point, he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun. So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. It's not just a misdemeanor though! It's a full-on crime! It's a full-on murder! What the fuck? Your Excellency. Yes? I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement. This can't be. Takatsuchi Aochi does not to like this rookie student. You better start getting used to tough opposition. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? Yes? This insult to the Aochi family name will never be forgotten. You've become conceited with age, council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. You made him fucking... What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, Kazuma? 1,000 vanilla years may pass, but still the Aochi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. This trial, the Supreme Court of Japan, will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. I thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world, where the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice here. A new future of law awaits, and for what it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asobi, yes? After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Go all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes? In you, I sense, how can I put it? Unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that on. Thank you, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Not guilty! Yeah! I think that was deserving of a factory. This court is now adjourned. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. Ryunosuke, you finally put it off. Good, congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. No. It was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget! Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Oh, Psssttt. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Our trusty judicial assistant, you worked hard for that result too, you know. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report on Miss Brett, I don't know how things would have turned out. The kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Oh yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding in court proceedings, Your Excellency. She's titled Mikatoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Oh yeah, she's Mikatoba's daughter. Speaking of Mikatoba, there you are. Please congratulations are in order. There he is. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikatoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson? Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asogi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all that I can. I swear on this, the spirit of the Asogi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. A Japanese man Yes, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder. Oh yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but what do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all. She'll be leaving Japan in the very near future. For Shanghai. What? Shanghai? Why? Why is she leaving for Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country, I'm certain of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. But what's this all about consular jurisdiction? We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? We can't try her? But then, who's going to bring her to justice? A British consular court will hear her case. Somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. Why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. Then, so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, we can't invoke a consular court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government making secret agreements about our fate, does it? Something strange is going on. Oh shit, someone said it the other day that this is a very important case for later on. Oh my god, so Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here. Come on, I'm afraid that for a young student. Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There's never any danger of comeuppance for her. What the fuck? I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They have obviously taken this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make a change. This is all a time of great turmoil. This new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. But Professor, you're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having fun. In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're Detective Hosonaga-san, aren't you? Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival, will you accompany us, Professor? Of course. La Carnival's food is second to none. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhado-san's release. Ah yes, thank you. So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma. Yes, Ryunosuke. I just wanted to say thanks again. That's all. You really saved my skin today. You didn't do a thing. You were a lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all in your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during the trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it, for being a defense lawyer. Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that ever again. I did what you told me to do. That's all, because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry, what do you mean that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has the right to call for his client to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm human, just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in court, you can really be backed into a corner, but being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in even then, that's not something anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little experience, but you never stop believing in me. Well, you face seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stop looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it. Through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me. Thanks, Kazuma. Why is my dad calling me? He's literally just asking me when I'm in uni next week. There's something I want to ask you actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favour, really. Something very important to me. It sounds serious. What is? Ah, you're still here, are you? Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. We've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget. Ah yes, that too. This is a great game. So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma, Professor Mikatoba, Psssttt-san, who acted as my assistant, Inspector Hosonaga, he didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favour of me. Little did I realise just how much it would change my life. And that is the end of Case 1 of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I'm going to save that. And the next episode is called The Adventures of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Okay, I think we can pick any episode, but I'm going to do it in chronological order. So in the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, which is the first game, there's The Adventure of the Great Departure, which we just finished. Then the next episode we're going to start, which is The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Then episode 3 is The Adventure of the Unwilling Room. Then episode 4 is The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. And episode 5 is The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. So let me turn back to title screen. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna raid somebody today. So let me get up Chrome. Let me get up Twitch. And let me see who is live. Spanky Rambles. He's live playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I've heard of this game. Every so often it'll pop up in my Steam recommended, but I haven't actually seen a lot of gameplay of it. So yeah, this should
Don't know what those are.
This should be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna go raid Spanky. I'm gonna go raid him.
I watched all of Hell of a Bus. That was alright. That's on YouTube. You can watch it for a minute.
Let's go raid him. Hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I shall see you guys.
PlayStation keeps having sales as well. It's
next
like all these items
Friday.
on your wish list
So, yeah.
are now discounted.
Bye guys. Bye bye guys. Bye bye.
I've seen there's a game called Steel Rising